Yo, you already know what it is. You were listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy, DME.
It's your boy, Cozy Rich.
And it's your girl, Imani.
Hey, yo, it feels good to be back. We are here for Season 7, September 2021. We are off with a bang, episode 141. If you were watching us on YouTube or on the website, just go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, share, all of that. If you're listening on the audio platforms, make sure you're subscribed to the show so you're updated with everything that we have coming out in the future. Darnell, Imani, how y'all doing?
Ladies before gents.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm doing good. Your girl is 24.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, you can get gunshots for that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Turned 24 2 weeks ago, and I got my own spot. Loving it very much so. And let's see, finishing out last year's school. Yeah, that's really it.
Is this your last semester or a year?
Year.
Okay.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel?
I feel good. Honestly, like, I'm really happy with just being away from home, being in my own little space, my own little sanity, center, freedom. School stresses me out, but that's per usual. But other than that, I'm really good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You plan on staying out there, or are you gonna move back after?
It's peaceful out there, huh?
It really is. It's to the point where if I come back here, I'm like, oh, I gotta get the fuck back home because
everybody got access to you.
Everybody got access to me, yes. And I'm like, all right, I gotta go back. Like, literally, as soon as I touch down in fucking Somerville, I get phone calls, texts, what are you doing? Are you out here? Da-da-da. I'm like, nah, I gotta go back home because it's too much.
Nah, that's one thing I do miss about the South Shore is that it's much slower and just much more calmer and more peaceful. Like, I don't gotta worry about shit out there. Like, no one running up on my door, just coming over unexpectedly or anything like that. Like, nah, I'm too far for that. Mm-hmm. But for you, how is living on your own, like, for the first time? Like, what's that like for you? Like, what kind of shit you be doing now?
I recommend it to everybody. Like, honestly, I feel like when I was home, I was living with my grandparents. So, like, it's one thing to live with your parents, but to live with your grandparents, like, the mentality-wise, you're just on two different opposite, ends of the spectrum. So, literally, when I was about to drive down here, I literally, like, deep cleaned the whole spot. And I just had so much fun in doing it. I was like, wow, like, I got my own space to just clean and just, like, zen out. And I always want to go back home. Like, I always want to go back home. Like, I'll go out and I'm like, nah, I got to go back home. Mm-hmm. I can't. I got to stay home.
I know you be blowing it down in there, too, now.
No, not. Yes and no, because the way the people are set up in the building, like, I'm not the only student who lives in there, so some kids, you could tell they're a bit young because they've been fucking setting off the damn fire alarms, whatever. We just had a fire alarm go off at 4 a.m. on Sunday, I think it was. But they actually burnt something because there was literally smoke down the staircase. So that's, the downside of living right next to your school. But other than that, I'm really good. I'm really happy. I'm in a better space than I was before the break. But yeah, and I'm happy to be back. How about you, though?
No, real quick. Fuck all that. We've been on a break for a month. Devin, did you take a vacation?
Oh, yes, sir.
Nah.
This nigga.
You know me. I needed a vacation. I did.
Okay.
I needed a vacation away from this because people know how much time and effort I put into this. And I couldn't take a proper break and still run the podcast at the same time. So that's why we took a little break. And in that, if people really know me, when I step out of one bag, I just step into another. So when I took a break from this, honestly, I worked. My work situation changed a little bit. So I was working for a little bit of that time. The other part of that time, I spent it taking care of my schoolwork. I'm back in school this semester also. I re-enrolled. So I changed my entire schedule around. And I needed some time away from the podcast to figure out how to manage everything and not let shit fall apart. So we're back now. Everything's in a good space. A lot of things have happened in our break, and we're going to catch up on it as much as we can within the time that we have. But yeah, I'm very happy to be back. I feel good. I look good. I smell good. That's all that matters. I had a dentist appointment the other week, and you know, one of the features that I pride myself on is my smile.
Okay.
And you know me. When it comes to what I look for in people, I also pay attention to their teeth.
Okay.
So when I tell you, when they got this little shit that's been in between my teeth for like the longest time, that floss just wasn't getting out. When my dentist got in that bitch with the little tool and just cleared that bitch out, fam, I couldn't stop smiling for
Pure
at
bliss.
least 3 hours. I was just looking in the mirror. When I was drinking water, everything was flowing through perfectly. I was like, wow, this is great. This is great. See, thank you. Now look at me. See? White as hell. We're great. But yeah, everything's great. Rich, how you doing?
I'm alive. Well, first and foremost, to the people watching this, I want to say thank you to everyone who reached out to me on Sunday, looking out for the kid because I was on my deathbed. I appreciate y'all. Love. But yeah, I'm all right. Had a little, scare this weekend, but we live breathing. We here for the show. I mean, over the last month, I took a trip to Arizona, like I said I was going to do. That shit was amazing. I need to run it back.
Facts.
Definitely going back before the end of the year. But
wait, when was that?
That was...
It's not like a week after we had break?
Yeah, that was a week after we had break. No, that was that same week.
Oh, so
that was that same week.
So
yeah.
about a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So I was there for about 5 days. But yeah, other than that, just been going to the gym, working, just... Actually, I made a journal now. I write in. Help clear my thoughts.
Love mental health. We love that.
Help clear my thoughts and shit.
Love that for you.
And when I'm like stressed out and I vent into that shit, and it's actually I understand why people do it. Like, I really do. It feels really good to just get that shit out on paper rather than just letting it just fill in your head and just go away and then come back, all that shit. And it's nice to like reflect on your emotions like throughout the weeks and just seeing like your progressions and there's revolutions in your character and everything. So it's just nice seeing that in myself. But I just got to focus on taking care of my health because I've been dying as of the last like 2 weeks. But we good, we alive. Show's back. I'm healthy for now. I'm happy for now. Smiling as always, and I'm gonna always be here. So let's get it.
Hey. It's good to hear that you're taking care of yourself, brother. It's good to hear that. And I'm definitely happy to hear that you're finding healthy and positive ways to express yourself. That's very great to hear. That makes me very proud. We got Jake and Kat with us back in the studio. You already know what it is. It's season 7. We've been gone for a minute. So much has happened in our time off. I don't even know where to begin. But a lot of you have been waiting for this very moment, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. We'll talk about how we've been at some other time, but let's get right into the most important part of this season premiere, right? So a lot of music has dropped, but on this episode we're gonna focus on 2 projects that dropped.
Only 2 y'all care about. The only 2 y'all really care about. Let's be honest here.
Nah, because there was a lot of quality music that came out, and at some point, we will get to everything that dropped. But on this episode, we're focusing on 2 projects that dropped.
Because everyone cares about,
right? So Kanye West and Drake, respectively, dropped albums within the past month. Kanye West dropped Donda
4 times.
And Drake finally released Certified Lover Boy. We're going to give you our opinions on both of the tapes. We're going to debate which tapes are better. And we're just going to talk a lot. All right. I want to go ahead and start off. Let's start off with Drake's tape just because.
No. Let's
start with Drake's tape just because it's the most recent to come out. Let's work backwards.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Drake's been the most recent. So let's talk about Drake and then talk backwards.
Okay. All right.
Okay. From this vibe, I already know what's happening, and I'm ready. I can fight. But I'm ready.
Hey, ain't nothing to fight about.
Okay. All right. We'll get to the debate in a second, but let's go ahead and start off with Drake's tape. Okay. So Drake dropped Certified Lover Boy. Let's go ahead and talk about the experience leading up to the release, right? Okay. Actually, no, we can use both artists to lead into the release of both projects. So Drake was supposed to drop Certified Lover Boy I think January 2020 or was it 2021?
2021.
Yeah.
Earlier this year. And then he postponed
That's when he broke his leg?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Just making sure the reason why that album didn't come out. So he dropped his album.
Don't kill me.
It was supposed to come out in January 2021, and it didn't come out. It got pushed back. He said the reason why he pushed it back was because he broke his leg. But the obvious reason why he pushed the album back was because it leaked. A couple different versions of the album leaked. And that was at the time he had the biggest single out with Dirk, Laugh Now, Cry Later. He was fresh off the Dark Lane Demos tape. And now, at the end of the summer, he goes ahead and drops Certified Lover Boy. He rolled out the album maybe the week leading up to the release. He was rolling out the album by premiering billboards in different cities, letting you know who was featured on it.
That was dope.
Which, yeah, I thought that was dope too. I thought that was dope. He also did this thing with ESPN where he hijacked their broadcast and pretty much leaked the date of the album on there. So he did some promotion, but most of his promotion for this album came from Kanye West, which is crazy. And we'll talk about all of that later. But the big story between these two, going back and forth, is just they don't have any real beef with each other. But these are just two of the top artists kind of just going back for that top role. And that's what we were able to see with this. So Drake didn't really need any type of promotion because he had Kanye West kind of doing the whole thing for him with the rollout of his own album. But Drake finally dropped the album last Friday. We took some time to listen to it. And now let's come back with our opinions of the album. Who wants to start?
We're going to give it to Rich.
Okay.
So I'm definitely not going to say this was his best album because Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, in my opinion, are better than this album. But this is way better than Scorpion. Way better than, well, I don't even know if it would be better. I don't even know if you would put this in his top 3 album, to be honest with you. But I will say it was a good quality album. Those albums are like 9s and 10s for me. This is an 8. This is an 8. Why? Because out of the 21 songs, I'd say there's about like 4 or 5 skips for me. But when I do listen to everything, when I actually play the album like completely through, it just hits. Like the way it starts, Champagne Poetry, that's just a great vibe to the way like an album should go. Every intro Drake has is a great fucking vibe, in my opinion. And this Champagne Poetry was another one. And the reason why I just like this album, well, we haven't even gotten to the actual discussion yet, but I'll keep it locked in on this.
Yeah, we're not comparing.
Yeah. We ain't comparing. All right. So the features on this album as well. Every single feature hit. There was not a single bad feature on this album, except on the music video where Kawhi was there, which was completely unnecessary, but I hear it. But I also liked how they each, like, how Drake had features that Kanye had features from as well. That was petty. That was very petty.
We'll talk about that later.
That was very petty.
Hella petty.
And I loved how the features performed very well on both of the albums. But with that being said, like, Knife Talk, that shit's fire. Way Too Sexy. That is my anthem. That shit speaks to me. Like,
Clearly.
You feel me? You know me. Y'all niggas know me. Y'all know me. So when that shit came on, I was in my Duffy. You feel me? But for me, the song on the album that's like number 1 is Girls Want Girls. Cause that is just like a smooth, relaxed, like chill ass vibe. Like, it's so catchy. Lil Baby, you already know he the hottest nigga out right now. Him and Lil Durk, really. And he killed his verse as well. And then Drake just coming through with the chorus, mad soothing and melodic. I loved it. Now, obviously, the production will never be up to Kanye's level because that's what this man prides himself in. But I just think as a whole, this project was really good. Like I said, it's not top 3 Drake albums because he has some really good fucking albums. But this, in my opinion, is definitely an 8 out of 10. And I still listen to this every day. Like, I don't listen to the whole thing every day, but I listen to a good amount of the tracks on this bitch every single day. Ever since it dropped. And I can see myself doing that for the foreseeable future just because of the replay value on this album. Now, with that being said, I'll pass it to Imani.
Okay, I kind of second most of what Rich was saying. I do feel like Way Too Sexy. I understand the whole concept of it's supposed to be that song, you know.
Real quick.
Wait.
That is the men's version of WAP.
No, it's not. But continue.
Nah, for real. For real, it is. It is.
Did you hear the words these people were saying in the damn song?
I feel like Throat Baby is the men's version of WAP.
That's better.
I like that, actually.
Yes.
You got that.
Thank you.
It made me feel like a bad bitch, though. You feel me?
No, facts.
I mean,
and you should feel like the baddest bitch that you are.
That's
You
what I'm
should feel like
saying.
that.
It was supposed to be that song, but was it actually like, if we actually sit down and actually listen to the words these niggas were saying, it was just like,
Way too sexy.
right. Yeah. It was just over. It was a lot of repetition. I was sitting in my car when I first heard it, and I was just like, wait a second, what am I listening
Song's not for
to?
you.
And then, okay, skills, yo. But yeah, that song threw me off. But as you listen to it more and often, you know, it becomes that song. You know, it gets stuck in your head. But my favorites was also Girls Want More Girls, In the Bible. I really love Fountains. Fountains is a vibe. Whatchamacallit? Get Along Better is another vibe. Wowzers. What else? There was one more.
I like Love All with Jay-Z as well.
Was it that one? Yeah, it might have been that one. Yeah. And You Only Live Twice. I like that one too. Mm-hmm. I think it was an overall good album. I hated how long we had to wait for the album, but I understand it. I feel like some of these songs, had it came out a little bit earlier, it would have hit. Like, it hits now, but it definitely would have hit more in the summertime. A lot of these are summer songs. But yeah, I would say it's a good album. I'll give it like, you know, an 8 as well. I really hate the fucking album cover. He could have done way better with that. But you know, it is what it is. That's really my 2 cents on it.
Where do you rank it compared to his other albums?
Oh, no. I was gonna say Take Care Will Forever and is his best album. I will agree and say that it is better than fucking, what did you say? Scorpion, definitely.
Better than More Life.
Sure. Yeah.
No,
sure.
Say that. Yeah,
sure.
Say that.
Yeah.
Do
but it's not
feel,
better than Take Care.
Do you feel like the album did what it had to do?
Yes.
From a woman's perspective? Because I feel like the album was targeted more with the theme of Certified Lover Boy, and just how the tape was more mellow. It wasn't really anything hard on it. It was kind of just a lot of melodic and vibe tracks. Do you think it spoke to the demographic it was supposed to speak to?
I don't know if it spoke per se, but it definitely gave that vibe. Like, Champagne Poetry to this day is just something that everybody needs to play to just like zen out. I listen to this song all the time because of fucking TikTok now. What's another one that was really good but just the vibes? Freaking the one with Ty Dolla $ign, Get Along Better. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
Wow, he did his thing with that one. But yes and no. I feel like he gave a mix to both the girls and the boys with it, but there is a lot of melodic songs in there, so I can understand where he was trying to go with that theme. But again, hate the fucking cover. But go off.
Yeah, the cover, I'll be honest with you, the cover is really bad. And
like,
Drake has
why?
had some bad covers in the past before, but this cover, I don't know, I don't find anything original about it.
It's not amusing.
It's really,
it's not amusing.
Like, I
at
feel
all.
like whoever in Japan invented emojis must be swimming right now because of that shit. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like we look at art, some of us look at art, and it's supposed to be this abstract form that you're supposed to have mad interpretations for. And at other times, it's really just a bunch of colors on a piece of paper. And that's honestly what I felt with this album. I get it. Certified Lover Boy. You got mad shorties pregnant.
Right.
I get it.
Doesn't mean I like it.
You could have had another way to express it. That's all that I was trying to say. And I understand what people were saying where, every album cover, Drake tries to go viral with it. So, and this cover did what it had to do in terms of going viral. Everyone put their own spin on it.
Really?
So in terms of marketing, I guess it did what it had to do to market, because we all talked about how bad of a cover it was. So it did what it had to do. But I don't know. That's one thing that I didn't like about the album. Another thing. So there was a lot of hype built up about this album.
Yes.
From one of the... we could say one of the greatest artists in the world at the moment is Drake. So there was a lot of hype centered around this album. An album that was supposed to come out at the early... it was actually supposed to come out in the summer of 2020. And then it got pushed back to January 2021. And then ended up coming out summer of 2021. So... when you put that much of a weight on it, you're going to expect better things. And I feel like I didn't really get it with this album. I felt like Drake was playing it safe. There was a lot of tracks that I heard on this tape where I felt like it would have fit perfectly on one of his older albums. And that's great. Drake is so versatile of an artist where he can dip back into his old bags and still show you that he can still perform at that moment where he was all those years ago. But now with 2021, I expected more, and I expected more from a lot of the features as well. Jay-Z, great verse, probably one of the best features he has on that album. Great verse. Dirk wasn't really a fan of, but I was happy that when he made the announcement that Dirk was going to be on the album, it wasn't just laugh now, cry later. That's originally what I thought was going to happen. I was actually really happy that when this album came out, it was all new songs. He didn't put Laugh Now, Cry Later. He didn't put any of the songs from Scary Hours 2, which he could have, because all of those songs charted, but he didn't. It was all brand new music, so I really appreciated that. But I feel like with these features, to have this list, you got to go more crazy in terms of the productions. I feel like even vocally Drake was lazy on a lot of the songs. Like, y'all are saying Girls Want Girls is your favorite track. I think that's probably Drake's laziest song, to be honest, because
such a vibe, bro.
I know it's like a
so
nice
catchy.
It's a nice little melody. The production's cool, but when you think about the actual depth of the song, there's not much depth. And who knows, maybe that's Drake's purpose. Drake is the type of artist where he can create all of these songs and they don't need to be this deep, meaningful, sentimental shit, because he already surpassed that point in his career where he can drop anything and it's going to chart and y'all are going to like it because it's Drake. He reached Wayne status, which is why a lot of people complain about this album, but it doesn't matter because Wayne went through that phase too, where at a certain point of career, everyone started to say that Wayne was trash. But hey, it's still fire because it's Wayne. You know, you work yourself to the point where you don't have to outperform everybody every single time, because a good majority of the people out there are gonna like it anyway. But back to my take on this album. Champagne Poetry, I didn't really think it was the best Drake intro that we got.
Oh, hell no.
Because
Drake, not the best one.
I know,
but
like Drake has bodied intros, and
Tuscan leather?
No, but like here's the thing: Drake has made it a thing. Drake has made it a thing where he bodies intros.
Yeah.
Every tape, the intro goes fire. Even Dark Lane Limo tapes. What was the intro to that?
Deep Pockets.
That was fire. My man was rapping on that shit. And on this one, he was rapping too, but everything that followed after just seemed a little underwhelming. The Travis feature, love that song. That's a great song. I love that song. That was the follow-up to Sicko Mode. And if we're going to be honest, if this is the follow-up to Sicko Mode, it's pretty underwhelming.
No, yeah.
Is that how you took that song?
As what, the follow-up to Sicko Mode?
Is that how you? I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't take it that way.
It should have been.
The way when I see artists collaborate, I kind of see it as they do a trade. I give you a feature, you give me a feature. And that's how it happens most of the time on artists that collab. They feature on each other's projects.
He featured on 21 shit.
21's going to feature on your shit.
Okay.
It's like That's why it's so easy for Drake to get features on his album, because he features on everybody else's shit. So, and you know how expensive a Drake feature has to be. So if he's just giving out features, especially to all these new young artists coming out, best believe if anytime Drake needs a feature, he's hitting your line and you're going to do it. You feel me? So that's how I felt with this. It was a feature for a feature. I think Travis did his thing on this song. I think Travis is the one that saved the song. Yes. If we're being completely honest, Drake was just, I don't know, just vibing. That's what I got. That's the vibe that I got for the entire tape. My man was cruising.
I can definitely agree with you and say that this was a consistent vibe the entire album.
Cruising.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I didn't go in with the intention or thinking this is gonna knock me over my head, like be the best album ever. This is going to be better than Take Care. Nothing was the same. None of that shit. I just wanted to hear new music from Drake. And I was happy to get new music from Drake. And I was happy to get a consistent vibe and not shitty music. You know what I mean?
Understand. So, and the music is still good.
No, I understand what you're saying. I just had to say that too.
No, I feel you. And the music is still good. Like, no matter how much I knock the album for its inconsistencies, he still delivers quality music at the end of the day. It's just Drake has built himself up to a point where we know you can do that. So now we expect you to do better. Now we expect you to do more. We don't expect you to play it safe. Let me just read through a couple of these tracks, and I'll wrap up my review on this album. Champagne Poetry, decent. Poppy's Home, could have done without it. Girls Want Girls, could have done without it. In the Bible, Dirk was giving the shout out to his shorty. Love that. Put your girl on.
Okay.
Third, 3/4 into his verse, he just stopped rapping. And I was waiting for him to come back. And then he just never came back. And I was like, I guess that's the end of his verse. So that's fine. Giveon, shout out to you. Got a whole little part at the end of the song.
Okay.
That's smooth. You know, we were introduced to you via Chicago Freestyle. So obviously it makes perfect sense for you to come right back to where it all started and get your own little part. That's great. Not knocking that. I already told you Jay's great. Way Too Sexy. I don't like that song to this day.
It's just catchy.
I love the video.
I
love the video.
The video's hilarious. The video's hilarious.
Yeah.
Drake's a funny guy.
He's a very entertaining guy. So if anything, the video made the song enjoyable to me, but I don't listen to that on my own free time.
I can second that. Yeah.
TSU, heard it. It leaked. In that leak back in January, TSU was one of the songs that leaked. And I'm surprised that Drake kept it in, to be honest. Same thing with All Love. All Love leaked also, but
Love
it didn't.
All?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Love All.
No, you're good.
Love All was leaked in January too. It just didn't have Jay on it yet. And it was called Lot of 42 when it leaked. So both of those songs leaked, and I'm surprised they still made it on the album.
Those two songs are very big with TikTok right now, so that could be a plus. Just saying.
In Too Deep, second half of the song go crazy. Second half.
Same thing with whatchamacallit?
Crazy.
Fair Trade.
Crazy. Yes. Both with the features coming in though.
Yeah.
That's my knock with this album.
Yeah.
It's the features that are having to come and do their thing. Yebba, love Yebba. I'm a fan of Yebba. Did her thing on this intro. Pipe Down, great. That's a lot of people's favorite song.
Okay.
Knife Talk, he already told you. 21 did his thing. No Friends in the Industry felt like an extra track off of If You're Reading This Is Too Late. And that's cool.
I actually got that vibe too.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, a lot of tracks get off that way. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. You know Drake, when he comes out with those time location records, that's just him talking. He addressed everything that was... he didn't really address anything that was going on. But he took the necessary shots of people. He addressed Kanye in that, so...
Niggas wanted him to drop at 12 a.m. in Afghanistan.
And that's a joke in poor taste, unfortunately. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path is probably the only song where Drake is like rapping. Because everything else, he's kind of just chill, just doing his thing. He might be rapping on a couple songs, but it's nothing complex. So 7 a.m. Bridal Path is probably the only song where he's actually barring up. Race My Mind, I love that song. That's my shit. That was Race My Mind took me all the way back to Nothing Was the Same. Gave me those vibes. If you Hold On, We're Going Home type vibes. I love that shit. And it's the only track that sounded like, oh, okay, it sounds like a new pocket from Drake. You know, even though it reminded me of Nothing Was the Same, all the other songs before getting to Race My Mind, I felt like could have landed in one of Drake's earlier projects. This was the first song where I was just like, oh, okay. Now, if Drake was to have any new ideas, this is my sneak peek of it. You feel me? Fountains, that's a vibe. Thames is going crazy with Essence. So, of course, Drake is going to grab one of the hottest, you know, and Drake's nice like that. You feel me? He's going to grab one of the hottest people out there, throw him on a song, and it's going to do great. Thames, in my opinion, didn't even do anything crazy on the song, still outperformed Drake, in my opinion.
Yeah, she did.
In my opinion.
She was really the whole vibe.
Yeah, she was the vibe for that
really
song.
Was.
So I'll fuck with it. Get Along Better with Ty Dolla $ign, great.
Yes, it was.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Great production. Go off.
I Miss You Too with Cudi. That's Cudi's song. That's Cudi's
Cudi's
song. Yeah. Fucking Fans. Amazing. Amazing. It should have been on Party Mobile. It was amazing. Because that was definitely Party Next Door's song, but I love it. The Remorse, I feel like The Remorse is a sequel to The Calm and The Resistance, and now we get The Remorse. So it's just another track where Drake is kind of just barring up, bringing his thoughts all together. So as a concise album at 21 songs, a couple of these could have been cut, and it probably would have been an amazing project. I just think at this point in this career, I expect Drake to do more, and a lot of this just is giving off laziness. But it's still good music because Drake is going to sell, and he's marketable to everyone. But I think Drake knows that, so he thinks he can get away with some shit. But the ones that are real fans know that Drake can do better. And who knows? Because of this whole Kanye shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Drake was ready to drop a whole nother project next year or pretty soon. Because I can't believe that you took all that extra time and then this was the best shit that you had to offer. I definitely think you had some other shit cooked up. You just didn't want to attach it to this project.
That's fine.
And I probably put this 3. I would say 4 for Drake albums.
Same.
I put it at 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get into Donda. Now let's get into Donda.
So, Donda.
Oh, he's
Okay.
ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go because no. I'll go because I already know you got a lot to say. Now, Donda, right? You know how you basically just essentially said like Drake, like you didn't have this expectation of him changing the world or anything or him doing anything crazy with this album. That's what I expected with this nigga Kanye.
To change.
No. I expected some otherworldly shit. The way he was promoting it, the way he was having listening parties, the fact that this shit had dropped years ago, the way he was marketing this album, bro. This should have been the best album I've ever heard in my fucking life. I can't say that it was even close to that.
Okay.
If you want me to be very honest with you, I understand the concept of the album and I can respect that. But like as a listener, when I've listened to the album, it was just too slow for me. Like I get like production value, obviously that's gonna be like out of the world. It's gonna be up there. The production value, it's otherworldly. I'll say that it's great.
Yeah.
But like when you get into the actual content, and I'm actually like listening to it, like it's just too slow. Kanye's repeating himself a lot. Some of the songs sound the same. Like, first of all, I feel like, did he put the same songs at the end of it as a part 2?
They're remixes. So
they sounded exactly the same.
yeah, they're alternate versions. So on some of the listening parties, he dropped alternate versions of the songs.
Okay.
So instead of just choosing one out of a bunch of different
just put them all
versions,
there.
he just put them all there.
No, I get it. I can understand that, but I didn't like that because they just sounded too similar together. Like I would go back and be like,
The album essentially should have ended at No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind is technically the end of
yes, it should have.
No, that is.
But for me, like the album didn't begin until Off the Grid.
Okay.
And that's the 4th song in. So I'm listening. Well, Don the
Yeah.
Chan. That's not even a song. That's just his mom talking. But like Jail and God Breathe. I'm just those first 2 songs. Like I'm just like production value. Yeah, that's there. And in the actual content and lyrics, I'm just like, it's underwhelming. Yeah. He's not giving me anything. Like, it's just like, you've been gassing this shit for years. You've been doing listening parties, taking everyone's money for the last month, and this is what I'm getting? I'm sorry, it just wasn't hitting for me. Off the Grid, yeah, Fabio did his shit. Kanye came in, did his shit. Like, that was one of the only songs where he was actually talking that talk. But Hurricane, I feel like The Weeknd carried that shit. You know what I mean? Praise God, okay.
Praise God.
It was okay for me.
I'm gonna talk about.
No, I hear it. Real quick, Baby Keem. I fuck with some of his songs, but his voice just gets to me sometimes.
Okay.
It's just his voice, but he got good lyrics, so he get a pass. But yeah, I'm just like, if you want me to be very honest with you, bro, I listened to it 3 times when it came out. Like, listened to it through, gave it a couple hours, listened to it again, gave it a couple hours, listened to it again, gave it a couple hours, and I still, like, after that, I don't find myself coming back to this album much, if at all, except for Hurricane or Off the Grid. Other than that, like, none of these songs really pop out, stand out, other than production. And then that's what I expect from Kanye. So if I'm only getting production from you, I could get more from your other albums, because you're giving me more in terms of lyrics, content, production, just everything. And Donda just doesn't do that for me. I think it was just he overhyped it to the point where I had too high of standards, and there's just no way for him to meet those standards. So I guess that's my fault for going in with the expectation that this shit was going to be the best Kanye album I've ever heard, especially after the last 2 albums I've heard have been absolutely atrocious in my opinion. I'm not going to say this was atrocious. This was a good album.
Compared to those last 2 though.
Oh, compared to this last 2, there's no comparison. Like, this is better, way better. The last 2 I didn't even get through. Okay. That's how bad they were to me. This I listened to 3 times. Like, I'm not saying it's a terrible album. I'm just saying the expectations I had for it, simply because of the way he rolled it out, how long it's been, the expectations the way he was talking about it, the way he was taking money from people, running out stadiums, sleeping in stadiums, re-recording verses. I'm just like, bro, this is all I got? It didn't hit enough for me. And I just had enough. I had way too many conversations with people that felt the exact same way about it. And I don't know. I just feel bad saying it. Like, I'm going to pick CLB over this every single time, just because of the replay value I get from that. And it's not even like I like Drake more. Like, if you want me to be honest, I think Kanye's old shit is better than most of Drake's shit in general. But this, it was okay. But I don't find myself coming back to it at all.
What?
Yeah.
Imani?
I don't know. I feel like I'm one of those people, and this is really bad, where I can't really separate the person from the music. And I feel like Rich said, Kanye has done a lot of theatrics. You know, I saw a video of him setting himself on fucking fire for like.
Wait, he set himself on fire?
For this shit.
It was
for the listening party.
It wasn't actual. It was like for the visual.
It was just for the visual. But I was just like, shit like that. It was just like, bro, like, okay, you're really making this shit build up. So it's like, okay, like Rich, I was like, okay, this might be a really good album. I'll listen to it. I'll give him a chance. But I was also still skeptical, because at the same time, like, Kanye is Kanye as of right now. If the last 2 albums weren't really that poppin', I can only imagine what this is gonna be. But I won't say that I didn't like some of the songs on the album. I did like Hurricane. I did like Praise God. Those are only the only 2 songs I actually have saved in my library. But I think production wise it was dope. I think the rest of the music really didn't hit me. I think, like I said, like, I can't really separate the person from the music sometimes. So when I hear what I hear through the songs, it's like, okay, don't really know if I want to, like, keep listening to this. I'll listen to it just because. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't listen to this more than maybe 2 times. After that, I kind of just left it alone. I listen to Hurricane every now and then, but like Rich, even if I don't even play Drake through my phone, I'll hear the songs from CLB more than Donda. So I just think him doing like all that extra stuff is what made it like come on, bro. Like, you knew you weren't about to go crazy on this album. So why do all the theatrics? That's really my main thing. But
now I'll definitely say, like, I'm looking at his library right now. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s, Heartbreaks, My Beautiful.
Okay,
that's what I'm comparing him to. Like,
Graduation.
That's what I was waiting. I was waiting for him to get back to that vibe. And
no,
I understand, but that's when he was at his best. So when you're doing this type of rollout and you're basically acting like this is going to be the greatest shit you've ever done, I'm expecting it to be better than those types of projects. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, Graduation is his best album. That's me. I know you probably think differently, but I love Graduation. I still go back and listen to that shit, start to finish. Just press play in order, start to finish, all the fucking time, because it's great. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fit. I listen to that shit too because it's so fucking fire, bro. That's my top Kanye. That's what I'm saying, because it's so fire. But it's just like when you hit Donda, it's just like there's no comparison to how it hits. Mm-mm. And that's where it falls short for me, because I'm like, I know how good he can be, and I have that expectation, especially because of how long it's been since I've seen him get to that level. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to take this time, years, to create this project, Donda, I'm expecting more. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't hit. And the black screen, the black thing, like we were talking about Drake's cover. You just gonna give me a black cover, bro?
Nigga didn't get two shits.
Like, fam, you had years to give me a good cover, and you gave me a black cover. I hate you for that. I hate you for that. Like, you egotistical bastard.
Like, it's just a big F you. Like, here you go. Like, okay.
Then to show up to the fucking Met Gala, then all black. Yo, I hate this dude, dog. I hate this. He's such a trip.
I feel
he's such a trip, bro. I respect him. Like, he's a trip.
What about you, Dev? I know you're ready.
Oh my god.
Ready for the guns?
No gun.
Okay, no gun.
We're just talking today.
No. I've been waiting for this because I want to hear your breakdown of this album.
Yes.
I want to hear your I've genuinely been waiting for this because I know you love this album.
You love this
because I see you tweeting about it. I see you posting like screenshots of you listening to it consistently. I'm just like, yo, this nigga Dev gotta be the only nigga listening to it. So I need to hear this shit because I know you love your Kanye, you respect your Kanye, and I respect that.
Yo, Jake, make sure they can hear me, okay?
But I've been waiting for this shit because I really want to hear what you've been hearing.
Nah, I got you, right? So
I'm all ears, brother.
All right, so I can talk about moments leading up to this album, right? So I maybe only watched a quarter of one of the listening events, and from that, I enjoyed what I heard. Before I go in, a question for you, Imani. Did the gospel aspects of the album connect with you at all or no?
I don't want to really say connect with me. Like I said, the production was dope. I don't want to say like it connected to me, cause
just the concept and content. That's all. If it's no, it's no. That's
sure,
all. But
it wasn't like, oh my god, like I connected it on a religious level. I connected to the music aspect of it. That's all.
Word. Okay, bet. So I listened to what I heard from the listening party, and a couple of the songs that I was able to fucking rip from offline. And from what I heard, I enjoyed a lot of what I heard. Thank you. See, now the respect is it. Now I can talk my shit. All right. So from what I heard, right? I enjoyed a lot of what I heard. But my issue was just the entire rollout of everything. I think, honestly, if Kanye just set out a proper date, had everything set up for it, he could have still done the listening events. He could have still done all this shit. But if he just had a date and stuck to that date, that really could have changed my whole perspective on the album. I don't like how the album was rolled out because I think it was messy, his whole feud with Drake. And we'll talk about that towards right after the breakdown of the album. We'll talk about comparisons and all that, but I just didn't like that whole shit was messy. It was taken away from the art of the album. Kanye been through a lot of shit within the past couple of years, so I was excited just to hear where his mind was at in terms of creating music, because I was hoping he wasn't making the gospel music he was making before. When I saw he was working with niggas like Fabio Foreign and Playboy Cardi, I'm like, I know these niggas aren't just gonna be singing about God on this shit.
Okay. But
they are. And that was the craziest thing that I had to realize and understand about this album. I was hoping that an explicit version was going to come out, and it never did. And I understand why it's not coming out, just because gospel albums have to be clean. So I get that. That made me upset, because I know if I got the explicit version, it would change a lot of people's opinions about this album. Because I think the constant censoring and the constant just silence points, that probably threw a lot of people off, because they don't know what the artist was actually saying. So people can misconstrue verses and shit like that. So that was one thing I have to knock about the album. Now, when it comes to the actual music itself, Kanye was never a lyricist. He always had help when it came to writing his verses. So with some of these verses, I never went into it knowing that Kanye was going to bar me to death. I never expect bars from Kanye. I only look at Kanye for the whole song. You feel me? Because he's a great producer and he's a great artist. Jail, didn't really care for the Jay feature. I didn't care for that feature at all. I understood that Kanye got that feature like 4 hours before he premiered it, Kanye is a really spontaneous artist. Like, he'll make changes on the fly, and he'll just add things as he goes. And I get that in terms of creativity and artistry, but that pisses me off as a consumer, from a consumer standpoint. So I personally don't like the J verse, but the whole concept of jail, I fucked with it. When I was reading the lyrics and everything, I fucked with it. I understood what he was trying to say from that. So that was cool. God Breathed, I didn't really care about that song. That was giving me Yeezus vibes, and I only like to select few songs from Yeezus, so that's whatever. Vori had a couple appearances on this album. He's an artist who signed to Dream Chasers, and Vori did his thing. I think he appeared maybe 3 times on this album, and all 3 times I think it was God Breathed, No Child Left Behind, and I'm forgetting another song, but Vori really did his thing on the project. All of the features performed to me. Weekend did his thing. Rich already said he pretty much carried Hurricane, but Weekend did his thing. We knew Baby was gonna do his thing, and Kanye, after you get through the shenanigans, he did what he had to do on that song too. Off the Grid, Fabio has one of my favorite verses on that album. I didn't expect that from Fabio.
When I heard that shit, I was like, oh, the rest of this is about to be fire, bro.
Bro, like, I heard that shit, and I was like, oh, this is fire. And then he just kept going. He just kept going. I was just smiling the entire time. Damn, Kanye on a drill beat. I know he definitely had Fabio help him with that verse. I know that for a fact, because Kanye was using Fabio's flow all over that shit. But still a great song. I love when Kanye collaborates with other artists, because they just make his shit better, to be honest. What next? Fucking Hurricane Love. Praise God. That would have been a banger to me. The only reason why it's not a banger is because it's censored. I need that song uncensored, because Baby Keem spazzes on that shit, but you wouldn't know it because his verse is so censored. So it doesn't give off that feeling. Jonah, great song in my opinion. I think Dirk's verse about his brother was very touching. It's just the actual concept about this album, and I feel like Kanye had a lot of people opening up and being vulnerable and just talking about themselves on this tape. So what really drew me to this tape was pretty much the production and just the content. I wasn't really paying attention to much of Kanye's bars, even though he does have a lot of great lyrics and quotables on the album. But I know Kanye's not much of a lyricist, so I don't really pay attention to that. The actual quality of the songs, though, are high and up there. So Jonah was another good one for me. Okay, that's a skip for me. That just really doesn't do anything for me. Junior, it started off as a skip, And then after listening to it a couple of times, and after I did some research and I actually learned who Junior, whatever his last name is, some Japanese fashion designer. When I actually learned about him, it kind of changed the meaning of the song, and it became a fun little bop to me. Believe What I Say has a Lauryn Hill sample on there. It has That Thing doo-wop sample on there. Everyone loves it for that. I don't really care for that song, but I love the sample, so that's why I'll put that up there. 24 is straight gospel. That's straight spiritual shit. I don't really put myself as being religious, but I definitely got the spiritual vibes off of that song for sure. There's a lot of spiritual moments on the song, and it all touched me when you know a Kanye story and all that. Remote Control is cool. It was a cool little vibe. That was a little vibe for me. Remote Control was cool. Thug did his thing. Same thing with Moon. These are all vibes. Nothing strong right here. Nothing strong. The middle wasn't really anything strong. I fucked with Heaven and Hell production. Heaven and Hell, the production of that was amazing. And what Kanye was saying too. I also realized, like, when I'm listening to Kanye, when he's just rapping, I think it's just the allure of Kanye. When he's rapping, I'm not going to really take any of his lyrics for what they are until after a few listens. When I'm hearing it fresh, the words never really hit until I go back and actually look, okay, what did this nigga say? And I'm like, oh shit, because it's just, I don't know. The antics of Kanye sometimes just overcloud you. So when you actually dive in and actually dissect the art, you're like, oh shit, he's actually saying some dope shit. You just don't take that in because of who Kanye is. Keep My Spirit Alive. I love that song. That has Conway and Westside Gunn featured on it. Production wise, great. Lyrical content, great. Jesus Lord is another one. That's probably my second favorite song on this album. Kanye really opened up about his relationship with his mother and just him talking about his life and just the thoughts that he has about his relationship with God, relationship with his mother, just relationship with his family and everything. And it was really touching. And he got Westside and Conway to open up too. Like I said, all of these artists that he featured on the album, these gangsters that he got featured on the album, he got everybody to open up. And I really thought that was dope. What's after that song? New Again, didn't need it. I didn't need that. Sorry, Chris Brown. I didn't need that. Tell the Vision, didn't need that. I understand what he was trying to do for Pop, but he should have just left that version of the song on Pop's album, because Tell the Vision is just a stripped back version of Pop's song on his album called Tell the Vision, and then that song features Kanye and Pusha T. I don't think he needed to add this to the album. This didn't really add anything. I think it was just a filler, and respectfully, I think it was just a waste of space. So you could have just done without putting this on the album. Lord, I Need You. My man's talking about his family again. That's mad spiritual again. Production's amazing. A lot of my takes on this album is just production. All on production. Production was phenomenal on this shit. Come to Life, Pure Souls. That's the Roddy and Kanye song. Come on, who's not gonna like Roddy? Who's not gonna like Roddy Ricch at this point in his career? Roddy did his thing. I don't gotta say much. Come to Life. That's another beautiful song in terms of production. No Child Left Behind. It's okay. That's smooth. It's a nice outro. Vori did his thing again, but all in all, it's okay. Part twos are part twos. The Baby did his thing on his verse. I didn't really care for it, but he did his thing on his verse. Everybody else was kind of all right. I didn't really need the part twos, to be honest. My final conclusion for the Donda album is it's not Kanye's best project, obviously, but I compare this album to The Life of Pablo in terms of how he structured it, in terms of how experimental with it, just in terms of the features and everything, and just the production. I feel like Kanye just got in a room with the best musicians and producers in the game, and he just created an album with them. And that's the same feeling that I got off this album, except this album is more gospel centered and it's a tribute to his mom. But because it being a tribute to his mom, I just don't like the antics that came with the album.
Exactly.
If you're tributing this to your mom, leave Drake alone. You got an amazing verse from Andre 3000 and you butchered it because of the rivalry with Drake. So trying to be petty
for no reason.
So all of this shit kind of like does some damage on my overall opinion and perspective on the album. But without any of the antics, this is a quality ass album. This is a quality album, guys. But it's butchered by the antics that came out around its release. And my personal opinion, it is butchered because it is only the clean version. I think a lot of the songs would hit different if we had the explicit versions for them.
No, they definitely would. I can definitely agree and attest to that because I didn't know it was gonna be strictly clean.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So, and I think you tweeted about waiting for the explicit, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, bet there's gonna be an explicit version coming out. So
this is what I thought, right? Because Kanye kept holding the album back because he was trying to drop it at the same time as Drake, right? And
was
then,
that actually what he was trying to do, or was he actually trying to make it better?
He was trying to drop. The album was done. I think he kept working on it up until its release, but his goal was to drop it the same day as Drake. And the label was like, nah.
That would have been a bad move. That would have been a bad move.
Yeah, because someone has to be number two.
Exactly.
And those two can't afford that.
No.
But someone would have to be number two. And I think Kanye's label understands that Kanye might have been number two. So they couldn't take that risk. So they went ahead and dropped the album a week prior. So honestly, when the album came out that week, I knew Kanye meant to release it the week after. So the fact that I only got a clean version that Sunday and I got no album art, I was thinking, oh, okay, if the label did put this out, maybe Kanye's true intention for the album will come out the same day Drake's album comes out. So when Drake's album dropped, I thought pretty soon, or maybe that Sunday, the explicit version would have came out with an actual cover art, and I would have been able to take the album in completely for what it was. But that never happened, and then I had to just understand that this was the album and this might have been the only version of the album that I got. And after that point, I just started to appreciate and enjoy the album for what it was. But my personal knock, I need that explicit version, fam, because he played the explicit versions during the listening parties. Like, if you go on YouTube, some YouTube channels have the listening parties streamed up there, and it has all the explicit version on there. So if you go there and you play fucking what's that shit called, Praise God, you'll hear how Baby Keem spazzed on this shit. If you go back to Off the Grid, what Off the Grid is supposed to sound like, Fabio spazzed, but with the explicit version, nigga, Fabio spazzed on that shit. So yeah, I got personal knocks for both albums, but they're both quality albums. With this, I feel like the rollout affected both albums, but in terms of quality, I'm giving it to Ye.
Production, well, Ye's always gonna have the quality over Drake, in my opinion, just because he's focused on the production, the whole thing. Right. Drake is just the rapper on it. You know what I mean? He doesn't do everything. You got everyone else working on the shit behind
Drake
the
and 40 should be the same person at this point. And when I say the same person, 40 should be as evolved as a producer as Drake is an artist at this point. They came up together. Drake can't be the best rapper and not
the production,
like the best producer.
You feel me? How is Drake the best rapper? Who is he rapping? Whose beats is he rapping on? He's rapping on 40's shit. Obviously other producers as well. So you have to evolve with the artist that you're working with. So I'm not taking any shorts from 40 when it comes to doing what he had to do. And I honestly feel like he didn't show up how I know that he normally shows up on this shit.
I'll definitely say this. I think the rollout boosted some of Drake's sales, if anything.
It did.
Because people like myself were like, yo, Kanye's doing way too much. Mm-hmm. And Drake is just staying quiet until Kanye antagonized the nigga, really. So I'm watching the listening parties and I'm just like, yo, this shit better be fucking amazing. This shit better be otherworldly. Then he pushes it back. Then he pushes it back again.
That was annoying.
Then I'm like, I'm not even looking for it anymore. I just want to listen to Drake shit. Because I know when his is coming out, I know what to expect. Well, I don't know what to expect. But I just know I'm not going to get played with. I'm not getting games. Like, yo, he pushed it back once. He's not pushing it back again. That's insane. But
I will say for Drake, I don't like that shit was supposed to come out at midnight. And then he said, yo, 2 a.m. Nigga, I was in bed by then.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. At 11:59, I went on Twitter, and then I saw that shit, and I was like, fuck this nigga, bro.
Facts.
I listened to it in the morning. And went right back to
I'm not waiting, fam. Kanye got me with that shit too. I'm not waiting, nigga.
Oh no, I was never. Yeah, I didn't trust Kanye. I was already gone.
Now you remember we were here, fucking at the end of last season when the shit was supposed to come out, and we were like, that shit's not dropping. And that shit dropped a week before today, 2 weeks before today. So it shows the time gap. It's crazy.
Either way, though, they weren't like Dev said. They were quality projects. I mean, up to the expectations we were expecting. I don't think either album hit, but that's okay because we have high expectations. Those are Kanye and Drake, the top two MCs, artists in the game at this moment for the last 10 years. We're supposed to have these expectations. If we didn't have these expectations, they haven't been doing their job. Now, I will say this. Their next projects, I hope they're better.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get like.
I mean, Drake could do a whole lot. They could do a whole lot. My thing is, Kanye's been focused on this gospel thing for the last like 3 albums. I feel like, do you think he's going to stay like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's reformed. He's reformed now. Like this is his life.
I was surprised we even got this as an album. To be honest, I didn't think we were gonna get.
I don't know why you blinking.
Like the type of music. I never thought I was gonna hear Kanye on a drill beat.
I take it back.
Completely honest with you.
I expect Drake's next album to be better. I expect nothing from Kanye at this point. I'm going to enjoy what I got in the 2000s.
I don't know. I think it's like Devin said. Like Drake can literally drop anything. Literally anything.
No.
Well, he both of y'all are saying CLB is better.
No, it is. Yes. Well, in my eyes, yes, it is. But like, I also feel like it's not. Like I said, it's not his best. I feel like Drake is in the phase where he's like, whatever he drop is gonna work out. What was that?
Drake knows he's hot shit. Is all I'm saying. Like I said, the only reason why, the reason why I'm not putting
Hotline Bling.
No. It was another one.
But like Kanye shit is straight
first number one.
Like for me, like Kanye shit is all production that really carried it. Mm-hmm. Without that, there's nothing. And you're saying Drake lack of production. If it was better,
a lot of things.
Nah, I know, but if it was better, it'd be a lot better. And I still think Drake's album is obviously not top 3, but it's still pretty good. So if he had better production, it could be maybe a top 3 album. You never know. But Kanye shit, I don't know what you could do to like make it better. Maybe add the swears. Maybe that'll make it better. But how much? You know what I mean?
Tessie slide.
Yeah, I didn't.
Tussie. Oh, that TikTok shit.
Man's just dropped.
Here's the thing: Drake doesn't have to try
whatever.
Anymore. He can drop whatever.
But that's what I'm saying. He literally just dropped.
He made that specifically for TikTok.
Facts. Like Drake doesn't have to try. He did it with Hotline Bling.
He really doesn't have to try.
He did it with God's Plan. He did it with all of this.
Deb said it right. He is this generation's Wayne.
Yeah, facts. We all know because what.
And
first
Wayne
2 Carters.
Wayne never missed.
First 2 Carters, great. Third Carter 3, great.
Oh,
after
I thought you was about to say some shit.
Nah, Carter 3, great. After Carter 3, and we got to Carter 4. By Carter 5, mad people were talking shit about Wayne. But at Carter 4, when it got to that point, everyone was saying, "Yo, Wayne is just doing whatever at this point."
Yeah.
But it's still Wayne, so you're going to respect it. And he's still going to out-rap any rapper in that room. So you're going to respect it because it's Wayne. Okay. That's Drake now. That's Drake. We're going to... everyone's going to love that shit. We saw everyone singing Way Too Sexy. Okay. And that's hot. And that's great.
It's catchy.
Everyone personally, deep down, knows if another artist made it and his name was not Drake, y'all would not be vibing to that song. It could have been a completely other artist still featuring Future
making that song.
And Young Thug. It could have still featured Future and Young Thug. You're not listening to that shit.
No. If I see a feature and Future and Young Thug, I'm going to give it a listen. Mm-hmm. But am I going to go back to it is the real question.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. But I will say Drake is probably the only nigga that could do that.
Nah, I feel you.
Like, I don't think... what other artist is going to make a song called Way Too Sexy?
I feel you.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all.
I thinking about it, like I could see Future dropping that on his own because he's a cocky ass man. But other than him, like those are the two niggas I would expect to do that.
I see. Now we have our opinions about both of these albums, right? Both of these albums and Cole's album. And Cole started. He started. He was the one that started off.
I'll say I like Cole's.
He came out swinging
I'll take
first.
Cole's. I'll take Cole's
Cole
over both of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Over both of them.
We'll revisit this conversation later. We'll revisit this talk later.
What's there to revisit?
Oh, when Kendrick drops. Yeah, we'll revisit this shit.
No.
Real quick. No.
Top of the morning. Bitch!
Let's get
what
this
the
shit.
fuck was that?
Pride is my devil. Try it.
Bro, what the fuck was that? Then you tell it.
Nah, that was funny. I laughed.
Top of the morning.
I laughed. He's talking about a feature that Kendrick has on Baby Keem's most recent album.
Yeah, that was so
The
crazy.
song is called Arranged Brothers.
Yeah, no.
I honestly, my dog was just having fun.
Yeah, he was.
My dog
Very
was
much
having
so.
fun. Bro,
That's okay?
On that
But
whole
thing
album,
is-
he was
that's
having fun.
But
He
the
was
thing
really
is-
having fun that whole
Oh yeah,
album.
Kendrick was just
Okay.
both of them were just having fun.
Okay,
on that
well, I'm
album.
glad we're making that show.
But you
Okay.
also have to realize,
Okay.
like, yo, Kendrick has done shit like that in the past.
You see me?
but like,
He's done
but
shit
like shit like
that
that's
in the
gonna piss
past.
people off because it's like
I'm
just do the shit.
My
like
thing
stop
is,
playing.
you've been gone for mad long.
Exactly.
And he still
Bum
can out rap
Exactly.
all of your favorite rappers.
You see, like, I know
certain niggas can do that. You feel
I
me?
know Kendrick
you
is
know,
a lyricist.
sometimes
Yeah.
you're gonna get bars, sometimes you're gonna poop-ty scoop. It is what it is.
Nah. Section 80.
Yes,
Put him on the map.
I know. Buried
Good
Alive
Kid, Mad
interlude.
City.
Oh
Buried
my God.
Alive
Kept him
interlude.
there.
I remember.
Kept him there. What the fuck was, bro? He was gone for how long? Was it? 4 years? 3 years?
Bro, but everyone was talking about his Family Ties verse.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I expect my thing is like, if you're gone for that long, bro, and you come back, I expect only heat.
I mean, it's not his.
You've
it's
had
not his
time.
song. It's
No,
not
I
his-
know, but
So,
it's like
when
at
his
least,
shit comes
out,
anything you're on better be
but
fire.
yeah, let it be a little teaser, like, oh, Kendrick's back.
Like,
back.
I need to hear his
That's
album.
what Family Ties was.
Okay, but
Family
what was Top
Ties,
of the Morning?
yes. Yeah.
That wasn't even a single. That was just a song on an album. That wasn't a single.
Bro,
that went viral
that
because
was
like
a
everyone
feature
peeped that.
he had,
I'm hip.
is
I'm
my
hip.
point.
I'm hip.
Nah,
But you know the whole
But
verse
he's
isn't just
saying-
that.
no, I understand.
You know, he
that's
just
that's
Oh
the
my
very
goodness.
end of the verse. Like,
he just started the shit off with that, bro, and then he went into rapping.
I get that, but it's just like, why, nigga?
Yeah, I feel you.
Why?
But it's like Dev said, he gave us Family Ties, and then now he can
now
play
he
around
wants
with
to
the
have
other
fun.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting mad. I'm
So-
sorry.
Yeah,
Let's get this
man,
reality
look,
check.
man.
Niggas getting mad.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. We'll revisit when Kendrick drops.
Nigga, I guarantee he ain't gonna have. He's not having an album, better album than Cole.
Then, okay.
It wouldn't be hard to have a better album than these two niggas.
We gonna
This ain't
revisit
even-
this. We
this
gonna have
ain't
a
even
great.
this ain't the top 3 album for
Darnell,
either of them,
I'm gonna
so-
have an amazing conversation with you in the future about this, bro. We're gonna revisit this for sure.
It
I
should be
just
fun.
said it will not be hard for him to be better than Drake or Kanye.
Okay,
I expect him to do better.
beautiful.
You had 3
It's
years.
because you said J. Cole.
No, it's because he had 3 years
No.
of no one hearing him for him to perfect whatever the fuck he's been doing.
Heard.
If you taking that long off, nah.
Heard.
Like if ASAP Rocky would have come back to make music, I expect nothing but greatness.
Bro, can I just say the streets been done ever since Rihanna publicly claimed ASAP Rocky, fam? Like there was a rumor that
Okay,
they
she
started
matched his
dating.
energy.
Like there was a rumor that they
fuck?
started dating, but then when I saw them in paparazzi pictures, I'm like, damn, they an
Yeah.
actual thing.
Nigga
Streets was
matched her
done.
energy.
Streets were done. I'm like,
was off the streets.
never getting a Rihanna album. I don't care if I get a Rocky album, but I'm like, I'm
No,
not
I
getting
really want a
Rihanna
Rihanna
album. It's crazy. We're not getting
Forgot
that
she
shit
made
now.
music.
All right, we're gonna. There's obviously has been a lot more music to talk about, and we'll touch on all of the new music as the season progresses. We're gonna wrap up this episode right now with our reality checks pretty soon, but I just want to say, as we get through the season and introduce you to all the new content and ideas that we have, make sure y'all are tapped in with us on our socials, at The Urban Product on Instagram. We got to update our Twitter, but we're at The Urban Product on Twitter also. Just make sure, sign up to be a member on our website, www.theurbanproduct.com. Sign up over there so you can get any updates for new drops, episodes. We got merch on there too, so just make sure you tap in and stay connected. All right, let's go ahead with our reality checks, and then we'll get off to our vibes of the week for the season. Oh yeah, reality checks though. Rich, go ahead.
Time is a man-made construct. Essentially, whatever you're doing today, like don't think you have a certain time limit on it. You can take your time to do whatever the fuck you want, to progress, to focus, to learn, to do anything. Why am I saying that? Because over the last couple of weeks, I haven't been taking care of my health because I feel like I haven't had enough time in the day to do certain things that I need to do. And I just had to prioritize the certain things that actually matter. So I have taken the time to prioritize. Well, recently I've taken the time to prioritize my health, like Devin's, or like I said earlier, making a journal, caring about myself, and just making sure I'm okay. And that's why time is a man-made construct, because those other things aren't important. Those aren't what my day really matters and consists of. I am the most important person in my life. I am the one who handles and controls all the time that actually passes, really. So I'm going to choose how I spend my time. You feel me? So that's why I'm saying time is a man-made construct. You decide what you want to do with your time. You decide how you spend your time. You decide what you're doing with that time. No one else can tell you how to do that. So that's my reality check. Just making sure you're spending the time on the things you want to do and prioritizing your time on yourself.
Okay. My reality check is basically it's just saying like it's okay to be in your own lane. I feel like everybody has their own way of doing what it is that they need to be doing. I'm in my last year of college. I'm 24. And to some people that may be late, to some people that may be whatever. But to me, it's my path and I'm doing it the way I need to do it. So I kind of just remind everybody to just go on whatever they need to go on and do it the way you need to do it. And don't worry about how it should be done. Just focus on the fact that it's getting done. But yeah, that's it for me.
And then for my reality check, first reality check for the season. I miss these, no bullshit. For my reality check, I will go ahead and let our listeners know that people only know what you give them access to know, right? So I move about. You good?
That was good.
Now we back, right?
That was good.
So how I move about my life, right? My close ones know what I be into,
okay,
right? My gang know what I be into on the day-to-day. I used to be very active on social media. So back in the day, like my friends can attest to this, back in the day, I was putting everything out there. Even shit that maybe I shouldn't put out there. I was putting every aspect of my life out there. And at some point, a lot of people gravitated towards that. A lot of people wanted to know what I was getting into, because I was so willing to show what I was getting into. I must be so willing to let everyone participate in it or just want to be a part of it also. And then as I grew up and I started to mature and I started doing things on my own terms and just started moving how I wanted to move, I was like, yo, people don't really need to see this shit. They never needed to see this shit to begin with. But as I matured and as I aged, I was like, yo, privacy is a beautiful thing.
Yes,
it's blissful. It's amazing. Being able to move on the low. When I was a nasty nigga, I could do my dirt on the low and it was amazing. But I'm not that anymore, right? I'm not that anymore. But just moving as I have been in the past, it's just been so comforting to me, because I can get everything I can get done. I can just move about in life without the fear of anyone watching or without the fear of anyone trying to get into my business. You only know what I give you access to. Mm-hmm. So if I don't want you to know shit about me or shit that I'm doing, you're not going to know shit. If I give you the privilege of getting you into some shit, then that's all great. But I have been appreciating my privacy, and I've been appreciating being able to move within a space where I feel comfortable and I didn't have to worry about judgment or consequences, because I was a leader I don't know, I was the leader of my destiny. I was the leader of my own shit. I had control over everything that I was doing because I didn't have to go to anyone for it. It was just me. So I'll pass that on to you, yo. Be wary of who you give access to. Not everyone needs access to you. When people start to realize everything that they can do with your access, they try to see how they can manipulate it to fit themselves in. And we can just avoid all of that together by you just not having any access at all. And things have been great ever since that. All right, that's my reality check. I'll pass that on to y'all. All right, and that's pretty much it. This is the conclusion for episode 141. I want to say thank you to everyone that tapped in with us for this episode. Thank you, Jake, for making your return. It's always good vibes in MCM with Kat leading it. That's a fact. It's also great to be with y'all again. When we took this vacation, we took a serious vacation where all three of us separately just did our own things also. So it's good to come back, unite, and just get back to work. Like we said in the past, we have a lot of content to show you. We have a lot of content to provide, so stay tapped in. And yeah, I'm excited for season 7. Y'all got anything to say to close out the episode?
Wash your hands and wipe your ass.
Always.
Thank you for supporting and for the continued support. And just like Devin said, just be on the lookout for the vibes.
Facts. All right, so it's been your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's been your girl Imani.
And you have been listening to The Urban Product. We will catch y'all next time.
Love. Why these niggas be waiting, I just be raising the stakes up. Now you see all that hate in they face. Remember these bitches was straight up. Now these bitches be waiting to scrape. All I be seeing is fake love. Why I be on that way to the cake? Why these niggas be waiting, I just be raising the stakes up. Now you see all that hate in they face. Remember these bitches was straight up. Now these bitches be waiting to scrape. All I be seeing is fake love. Why I be on that way to the cake? Told her just waiting to lace. We ain't doing no dinner, no dates. Got a plan what I do with her face. Money coming, I need me a rate. When she calling, she saying she miss me. I ain't missing no cokes, I'm busy. She in love with the way I be drippy. They be saying he fly, who is he? Got a double cup, I made a double up. Took me a sip and I fly away. Nigga be think he invincible, I gotta shoot a nigga, you could die.